This is Reality with Partiality. Today with me in studio is economist Dr. Philip Castillo. Doc, how are you?
Not bad at all, sir. Not bad at all. Rainy, cloudy day, but otherwise pretty much okay.
I hear you. No, you want to open? Do you have opening remarks before I ask you a handful of questions?
I certainly want to give my respect to. I respect every single person who puts their name on a ballot.
Okay.
I think putting your name on a ballot indicates that you have the community's best interest at heart, and you want to
Mhm.
serve. I
Yes. Yes.
assume that you have the community's best interest at heart, and then you want to
Mhm.
serve. Where I
Yes.
come in is that I'm a numbers person. I deal with numbers, meaning that
Yes. Yes.
if you put your name on a ballot, there's a certain percentage chance you could win the election
Mhm.
or you could not win the election. One of the things
Yes.
that I do is calculate the chances of you winning the election. And then I
Mhm.
could also tell you things like how people see you and why they vote for you, why they don't vote for you, and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I note there's a difference between an economist approach and the meteorologist. The meteorologist is not precise, but the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie.
True.
Okay, that well, from the prediction you made regarding what would have been Sunday's UDP convention results, which came with your polling data and analysis, how does your prediction back then measure up? How did it measure up with the results that came out on Sunday? Um, in hindsight.
Well, I'm pretty pleased. If you look at the mayoral prediction,
Mm-hmm.
I predicted the winner. In fact, I predicted the scope, the magnitude of his victory.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
I focusing on Miss Castillo. I think
Mm-hmm.
I predicted that she was to get 20 something percent. She actually got that, and
Mm-hmm.
then the balance went to the the to Mr. Sampson.
Right.
If you look at the six candidates, I
Mm-hmm.
predicted five out of the six.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also predicted the two highest, the two persons who got the highest number of votes. That is
Yeah.
Mr. What's his name? Mr. Balal, I think,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and and Swazo, Jamal Swazo. So
Yeah.
pretty much I am five predicting the mayor
Yeah.
and the magnitude of his victory, and then predicting
Yes.
five out of six councillors, and
Mm-hmm.
getting the two highest vote getters correct. Not bad
Yes,
for an
yes.
outing. Not bad for an outing.
Matter of fact, it was very good. I was amazed. I was amazed. Presently so. Um, was this past Sunday's UDP convention turnout average, or was it average, or was it huge by comparison? The turnout, I think it was almost 900. And is there anything to glean going forward from what went down on Sunday?
Well, I had predicted turnout to be, I think it's 695, but when you do a prediction
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
statistics, there's something called the margin of error.
Hmm.
My highest prediction was around 700 and something.
Hmm.
Actually, 800 and something voted, so I was just over 100 votes off.
Hmm.
For a UDP convention, these numbers seem to be good.
Yeah.
In the United States, they measure something called the motivation index, like how motivated are um, your people, basically, how motivated are your
Hmm.
supporters,
Hmm. Hmm.
and enthusiasm index also. It occurs to me that the UDPs are motivated and enthusiastic. At least that's what the numbers seem to
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good. Then, um, notwithstanding records are made to be broken. Dangriga has only had two mayors, one of the past that won back-to-back consecutive terms. One was the late Sylvia Flores, and then we have today's current mayor, Robert Mariano. According to the stat I saw, if municipal election were held today, but it is not, as is, do you have any idea of what Mayor Mariano's chances would be to win a third consecutive term, seeing it hasn't been done? Consider it.
Well, if I focus on the first part of your question, if municipal elections were held today, I think
Yes.
the mayor has the advantage. I'm just looking at the numbers. Yes, because Mr. Sampson got around, I think it was 600 and something votes.
Yes.
600 and something. Mr. Sampson he did not get 700. It's around 600 and something. Okay. And then if you look at the votes that Mr. Mariano got at the last election, you're looking at 1,600 and something. In fact, Mr. Mariano's opponent at the last election, he got 800 and something votes.
Okay.
It means that there's 800 and something votes out there that the UDP could start with. So that's their base. They need now to expand the base. If elections were held today, they obviously have can't do it. But let's see what happens between now and March next year.
I got you. All right. Well, there is this saying that politics is local, you know, in that constituency or municipality. But can the mood of the country affect the municipal contest, in your view? Hello? Oh, okay. Okay, Doc is having a little internet issue, but he'll be back. Doc, if you're hearing me, refresh, just refresh. And if I end up having the same thing, just keep talking, the system will be on. But I was asking Doc, right? You know, and he's been answering. Okay, he's gone, but he'll be back. But he's been answering. He started by making a little opening remark, and then he answered the question, you know, how the prediction he had made. Okay, Doc. Yeah, Doc, can you hear me?
Yes. It seemed to have gone off, but I'm back here. I'm seeing and I'm hearing you.
Okay, yes. You're perfect.
And I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so we're back, and then you answered a couple questions already about you remarked on the open, and then you talked about, you know, your prediction and how it measured up with what actually happened, more or less. And then you talk about going forward, you know, like you said, from what went down on Sunday going forward, about that turnout. Now, again, you answered about Sylvia Flores of the past, the late, and then Rob winning back to back. So, but like you said, it hasn't been done before. You last talked about, you know, what his chances would be if elections were called today. So now, there is a saying that politics is local, but the mood of the country, I was asking, the mood of the country, can it affect the municipal? Hello? Doc? Doc? Okay, Doc don't seem to be hearing me. Hello? Hello? Oh, Doc? Hello? Okay. Doc? Hello? I will pinch that thing again. Refresh. The internet is acting up, huh? Well, yeah, I mean, that's the issue. Look like this question is problematic for the system. The mood of the country, whether that affects the municipal, but that will be back. He's there frozen. Um, yeah, that must refresh. Uh-huh. He'll be back and then I'll ask it again. Yeah, okay. Well, I hear something, but I haven't seen him. Ah, just refresh. When that happens, refresh. I don't think you need to reboot necessarily. Okay. He texted me. Let me read the text. Gone off. Oh, okay. That refresh. I don't think you have to reboot. When that happens, you will just mash refresh up there at the top on your left. That's wrong circle by the arrow. Yeah. So okay, let's see what will happen. Um, but we're looking forward. Okay, it's good to do post-mortem, but remember, now the race is just set. It's, the two sides have already established their teams going forward. So now we can talk red to blue. Usually the third parties don't get involved in the municipal. Well, not yet. It's expensive, to participate in these races, but it's even more expensive to put structure on the ground to prepare to participate in these races, because then you have to register voters, transfer voters, and things of that sort. Yeah, but let's see what Doc is saying. Uh, site. Oh, okay. Ah, that's a good one. Yeah, Doc, I read what you said. The site can't be reached. Um, now that you've rebooted, I'll send you the link again. The same link. Just mash it again. Yeah. Let me see here. Invite. Invite. Okay. Okay. Mm. Yeah. You know, it's like that. Doc will not get away at all today. We'll ask him all the questions going forward. And people want to know. People want to know not only them, but then political pundits and the aspirants. They want to know. But I can tell you that Doc has this expertise when it comes to Dangriga in particular. And so he's the man. We have to just, we have to capitalize, take advantage of his expertise. So, Doc, man, let's do this. Let's do this, Doc. Let's do it, my brother. Um, okay, I think I hear him the back there. Okay, Doc, I'll let you in. I think I heard you. Ah, no, well, I heard, but it was a false alarm. Ah, he's messaging me. Let me send him the link again. But we're gonna keep going at it. We're gonna stick with it um, until Doc is able to come in. But yeah, that's Belize for you, and somewhere elsewhere in the world from time to time. Internet issues. But yeah, and we were asking, and he answered. Very eloquently as always. He's the expert, especially on Dangriga. He knows it like the back of his hand. But there's a difference between what an economist does and then a meteorologist, forecasting is, is like you predicting, you can be off. Sometimes the weatherman get it wrong, but not so with statistics, not so with statistics. Mm. Yeah, Doc, you're
Yeah,
back. You're
yeah.
back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Very good. So we were asking this question that doesn't want to be answered, right? Politics is local. Can the mood of the country affect this upcoming municipal?
Well,
The
that is
mood.
certainly so, except that we don't
Uh-huh.
know to what extent, meaning that there are
Okay.
some
Okay.
national issues and
Mm-hmm.
there are some local issues. And then
Mm.
there's an interplay between these national and local issues. So, what I
Okay.
found out is that a typical voter,
Mm-hmm.
there are many issues that motivate a voter. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, you, the
Mm-hmm.
voter, it's your choice which of these major issues you focus on, because some
Yes.
of these issues may play different ways.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Well, now, as of Sunday last, both the Blue PUP and the now UDP's municipal slate are established with
True.
PUP mayoral candidate Rab, who will get an endorsement. Well, he's already endorsed from, but then they may have a little, teaser to go with it. Running together with his 6 PUP councillor candidates who have already been named now, so the ticket is set. And then you have, like you said, Dwayne Sampson on the red side, UDP mayoral candidate, together with all 6 of his councillors got in. Well, not his aspirant councillors candidates. So, in the future, uh, when it comes to measuring in the future, you will be able to measure what Dangriga voters are thinking as a given at a given point in time. So my question really is, what are the issues the majority of Dangriga voters will likely care about for this upcoming municipal election?
Well, the last poll I did focused on municipal issues. The poll
Mm-hmm.
before this one, the second to the last poll,
Mm-hmm.
they looked at things like the roads and the garbage collection and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that you want a municipal authority to undertake. So those
Okay.
are local issues. But then look
Mm-hmm.
at national issues.
Mm-hmm.
National issues as we speak,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the BTL smart issue,
Mm-hmm.
maybe what happens from the procurement and payment issues that government is facing, and
Mm-hmm.
then issues regarding affordability, that
Ah,
the cost of living has been going up,
okay.
um,
Okay.
possibly more so in Dangriga.
Mm.
Inflation, SIB
Mm-hmm.
just measured inflation at 4.6%. That's countrywide.
Mm-hmm.
But if you drill down into SIB data, that 4% is an average among all the various districts. So in general, Dangriga as Tankwick district would generally be higher than 4.6%. So these are
Yeah,
issues that impact the voter.
I
Now,
know.
some of those issues are municipal issues and some are national issues. I'm not yet sure, or nobody is sure at this point, how those two would play out to influence the voter in the final days of campaigning.
Yeah. Well, I just have to hand it to you again. I think I gave you your due the last time because you came on the show and you talked about a presentation you had made. You voiced it with respect to training young people, to repair
Yeah,
electronics and so on. And
right.
since then, it seems like Cabinet has been listening because now they are expanding what they are doing there at the IT vet.
That's excellent. That is excellent.
But in addition, you've been talking about uh, energy costs being central to the government's budget. And
Yes.
now, look at what they're doing. They are they're investing. I don't know what it is. It's 20 more million through the transportation ministry, which I think is Minister Zabani.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
so these guys are listening to you now. But I'm saying, um, what is your comment about the investment of the 20 million or so? I'm not sure if that's it, but in the transportation industry, I guess they want to do more of those electric cars or vehicles.
I mean, a reliable transport industry is one of the foundation
Mm-hmm.
of a capitalist economy.
Mm-hmm.
That listen, you
Mm-hmm.
want transportation to be reliable. If the bus transport system in this country was reliable,
Mm-hmm.
persons could leave their cars at home and then they would take the bus and go to work and they would arrive at work in time, refreshed and those kind of things, and they would be more productive. That if the bus system was productive, the bus system was functional and operational, then
Mm-hmm.
the household budget would spend less on transportation and more on
Okay.
other things. So a
Okay.
functional transport system is
Mm-hmm.
vital to any economy. The
Mm-hmm.
government realizes that.
Mm-hmm.
The government towards that end has started to put in funds towards that end. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it succeeds because there are costs. I think there are political costs that will be borne if it doesn't succeed.
Yes, of course they are. Well, yeah, well, yes, but politicians sometimes can kick the can down the road. But I there's this electric bus, that they're they probably passed the pilot phase here in Belize City, but it passes my exercise route in the mornings. So I asked a couple of passengers who had disembarked it, what they charge them. So they asked me
Mhm.
my age. They asked me my age. But when I figured, it was
Yeah.
because it seemed like over 60, you pay only $1, you
Uh-huh.
know, to go around the city. But if you're younger than, right, it's $3. Hmm?
I see.
So do you think the government will have to bite the bullet, or is it cost effective, or to get these new buses and to charge that kind of fee?
No, it is not an area I could comment on. I really have no idea what these buses cost. But what I do know is that in general, you want to subsidize public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
That because there are other what economists call externalities, there are benefits beyond the market players, meaning that
Yeah.
an efficient transport system, you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at assisting the environment because there's less pollution
Less
and more
pollution,
people are
right?
moving in mass and those kind of things, and that has benefits
Yes.
beyond just what the driver or the passengers pay. So
Mm-hmm.
governments want to engage in subsidies. So
Mm-hmm.
back to your question, I really do not know the actual cost, but I know that because there are external benefits, externalities, you want
Mm-hmm.
governments to subsidize public transportation.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And in times of emergency, you have to get them, what they call the workers, with
Well,
that doing
your
emergency.
emergency workers, that's what they're
Yes,
called.
yes, you have to have them. So, yeah, you have to get them from A to B and so on. In the case of a hurricane, and we are still in the hurricane season, and so on,
Yes.
flooding and this and that. Now, Doc, let's go back to this analysis, projecting forward. How much influence does the mayoral candidates usually have in determining whether the slate wins or loses? More or less.
Well, the mayoral candidate is the leader, so he or she has the pull, meaning
Mm,
that if
mm,
the mayoral candidate is seen as strong,
mhm.
then people vote what they call like down the line. You have PUP and you have UDP.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
mayoral candidate is strong, people
Mhm,
vote
mhm.
down the line.
Down
Um,
the line, down the
if
line. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not as strong, or he or she is not
Mhm.
as strong, then people may
Yes,
split
yes.
their ballots.
Split the
So
ballot. Yeah.
again, the mayoral candidate exerts some level of influence. You
Hmm,
could test
hmm.
that, but yes.
Yeah. But in Dangriga, we've never had a We've always had that down the line in municipal, right? We've never had a split.
Generally, yes.
Split
Generally,
council.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now what if you know from last reckoning is the composition of Dangriga voters list? From the previous records, percentage of diehard, either
Yeah.
red or blue, from percentage of undecideds. Assuming there will be no third-party candidates vying in this upcoming municipal, either for mayor or councillor seats. What is the composition of voters that turn out more or less red from blue from undecideds? I'm trying to ask him if there how many, what percentage of votes will be out there to get.
I'm not certain how you define a diehard. In that when you register for voting, you register your name and your age and your address and those kind of things. You don't register your political affiliation.
Yeah.
Now some people wear their politics on their sleeves. We who live in the town, I go to the town often.
Yes.
Some people are known PUPs, some people are known UDPs. But for the most part, people keep their politics to themselves until election day. So if you look at the numbers, UDP had a convention and they had 800 and something out of 5,000 and something voters. So you could assume that maybe those 800 and something are diehards. It's a tall assumption, but you could assume that they are diehards.
Yes, I got you.
You could do the same thing for PUP, and what you would have found was that PUP was 2-1 against UDP, meaning for every single diehard UDP, there are 2 diehard PUPs. But the majority of voters in Dangriga are independent-minded voters.
Is that right?
And those are the ones you need to target. Those are the ones you need to target.
Okay. So you have a huge block of independent-minded voters. Oh,
yes,
that's interesting.
Well, and you also have in Dangriga, especially the non-voters, people who do not vote. Now, these may be discouraged voters, or for whatever reason. But again, one facet of your campaigning ought to be to try to reach these voters. Who are these voters? Why are they not voting? And can you do anything to make them not only vote, but vote for you?
Yes, to energize. Yeah, and if they they're not going to vote for you, you rather let the sleeping dog lie. Such as now. Going into March 2027 municipal. About how early will swing voters have made up their minds?
Well, if you look at the last poll I did, 1 week before the elections, 13% of voters were still undecided. 1 week before the elections, 13%. What eventually happened was that most of them shifted towards Mr. Sampson. So there will always be a level of undecided voters. In fact, some people are walking into the polling booth and then they're still undecided. You will still have that. So the only way to kind of know the numbers is to do regular polling, and then you track the undecideds. That's just about the only way. Or you could make projections, basically.
Okay. Yeah, you're not talking politics. You're talking economics. But I will ask you about the politics, incentives of votes, because approximately what percentage of voters in Dangriga, they demand incentives for their votes. Like mercenaries, right? Mercenaries for hire.
Well, I guess it has to be the political parties who answer that question, because they would know who they paid and how much. A statistician, a pollster would be challenged to answer that question. You could make an estimate from the persons who hang around the area until the polls are closing.
Okay.
Persons are like that. But they don't really influence the elections. They don't really influence the elections.
That if it is close, and I have been a campaign manager 3 times. I've done it twice for Sadie Ellington in Pickstack, and then I did it in Mackay for Van Jenkins when Cordell took a break. He had a kid with cancer and so on. And the guy came close. Van came close, but he liked playing dominoes out there. Otherwise, who knows what number could have played. But your closing remarks, what are your closing remarks?
Well, I'm hoping. I started out by saying that I'm glad that young people seem to be entering politics and willing to put their name on a ballot. My closing remarks would be to tell them that, listen, if you are in it, you want to win it. You should be in it to win it and then to serve your community. But to do that, we have to change the way how we undertake our politicking, basically. That previously, what happened was that if there's going to be an election in the near future and you want to be a candidate, you apply to your political party and with your police record, and there's a form, and so you are accepted, and then you start to campaign. Campaign means walking the streets. The town has grown beyond that. You don't have the time. Dangriga has around 10,000 population, around possibly, if it's 10,000 population, at about maybe 4 per household, you're looking at around 2,500 households in Dangriga. I would think that Dangriga has around maybe 200 to 300, maybe 200 streets. You can't walk all those streets and can't meet everybody, period. Dangriga doesn't have what we call gated communities yet, like in Belize City, where there's some areas you just can't go because there's a big gate.
Yes.
I am telling those persons that if you're in politics, you want to take a statistical approach to politicking. You want to use numbers to guide your campaigning, numbers to tell you where to go, numbers to tell you who are your most likeliest voters and where they live, numbers to tell you what the voting population think about you and what you could do about that. So I'm advising them that it's good that they're entering into politics. I'm further advising them that if they're in it, they want to now take a statistical approach to how they do their politicking and campaigning. And if they do that, they have a pretty much bright future.
I hear you, Doc. I hear you. And then they should know how and where to find you.
It's not rocket science, brother. It's basic economic research methods and statistics and sampling theory.
It is skill. No, it is skill work. It is not rocket science, but it is a lot of skill, right? And it's a niche that you have because you have set up a machine. You have the machine for Dangriga. You have the machine. Right? If you were to duplicate it around the country, you would have to invest to the machine, to grow a machine that could do the same thing in the rest of the country. I mean, everywhere in all the 21. Okay. I just wanted people to understand that Doc is saying, in other words, look, you can't be like the old days when you walk the whole constituency in a 3 hours, in a half day. No. So you gotta up your game. You gotta up your game and use the machine.
Yes.
Use the machine. Okay, Doc. Thanks again, and it's always a pleasure. Yeah, but I applaud you, man. Because the people are listening. They are listening. Okay, have a good one, Doc.
Same to you. All the best.
Are you?